Well, good evening, friends, followers, and channel members. Hope you are all doing well. A patch has been released, of course, for the Phoenix. So it stands to reason that we're back in the Phoenix today after being in the fly-by-wire yesterday. Thoroughly enjoyed that. So yes, Phoenix patch for version 2 Block 1 is out. I'm sure most of you will be aware of that already. So we're going to take this aircraft on a real ops flight and check it all out as we begin our journey in Marrakesh this evening, which is I think we may have only ever been here once on stream, so that's quite exciting. And we're going up to Lisbon, so right sort of the east side of, sorry, the west side of Europe. Might even mean that it might still have hints of daylight as we're that far west as well. Currently, the sun is just starting to set here in Marrakesh. It's a bit misty as well. Visibility is starting to drop a little bit. Oh, what have I done here? Hang on. Oh, just bear with me, guys. I've somehow managed to tangle myself up in a lot of wires. That's no good. There we go. Anyway, hey guys. Hope you are. Hope you're all doing very well. Let's just check coming in then on the chat this evening. Good evening, Elliot. Hey, Fruitbat. Good to see you. The Legend Dark Fury here, of course, as well. John, good evening to you. Klaus, Lemon, David Butler here too. Hey, Drax. Good to have you on board, mate. Pedro, Aviate, Marcel, Snipe. Leonard is here as well. Sarah, 2411. Thank you so much, guys, for coming on board this evening. And Dr. Magic, hello. And a big shout out to everyone else who is coming to take a seat on our flight this evening. Hello to those of you watching on Twitch as well. Thank you for joining us. Operational flight plan is pinned in the chat if you're watching on YouTube and want to check that out. So you know what it is that we're going to be doing. Right, let's have a look at it. Where have I put it? There it is. All right, let's go through. So, Alpine 6740, nice call sign. Payload over 16 tons, about 16.3. Ooh, right, okay, we're pretty full tonight. What's our takeoff weight? Is 66.4, and then if we throw a bit of fuel on as well, we're only underloaded by 631. It is very warm here in Marrakesh, very, very warm indeed. I think it's about 40 degrees, so I bet when we get on, we're going to have to get that AP. We'll get the APU running. They're not bothered about noise. Well, we'll get the APU running straight off if we can, because otherwise the passengers are going to come on board and, well, they're going to boil, basically. Cost index is 4370 is the flight level, and we've got a trip wind tonight, a nice tailwind pushing us along, so that's pretty neat. There you can see the underload, 631, so not great. The departure is set for runway 28. Expecting to land runway 20. Oh, that's a shame in Lisbon. We don't get the nice approach over the city with the bridge, which looks beautiful. But nevertheless, it is always a nice approach into Lisbon, whichever end we come in. So, let's see what we got. Plug fuel 6.3. I didn't check out the shear rate. Oh, that's fine. 6.3. CNR is 2.5, so that's alright. The alternate tonight is Pharaoh, one of our channel favourites, Pharaoh, of course. The Legend Dark Fury, good good evening. Kicking off our stream tonight with a £2 super chat. Out of tea, shameless point plug. Well, it will get you up the leaderboard, Dark, that is for sure. Thank you so much, mate, for your contribution, starting us off tonight. And Von McLean is celebrating 2 years of channel membership. That is incredible. 2 years of channel membership from Von McLean. What wonderful support, Von. You've shown us for training captain level membership as well. Thank you guys so much for that. And Chris Morgan's also helping Dark Fury out. A $2 donation there, so you can buy some more tea. Great way to start the stream, guys. Thank you so much, Chris, Legend Dark Fury, and of course Von for your support as well over the last 2 years. Right, not too familiar with this part of the world, so a quick check on the Mora. Looks all right. There's no mountain ranges between here and Lisbon, so that's fine. Let's have a look at the arrival information then. So yeah, you can see visibility is pretty low here. cloud base 2,600. What's the ceiling? Sorry, and the visibility is about 4 kilometers. What we got coming into Lisbon? All the 9s, Faro all the 9s, Madrid all the 9s, Porto all the 9s, and where the hell is this? It's a tack-on approach. Yeah, we're not doing this. I don't even know where that is. Crosswind tonight, 8.5 knots. That's quite decent. So we'll see how it handles as well. So let's have a look at the weather brief. What are we expecting tonight in Lisbon? What's the date? It's 22nd, isn't it? So this is basically the forecast. Wind 240 at 12. Yeah, that's just confirming it is going to be runway 20 for the rest of the evening. So there we go. Da Vinci to Lisbon has a horrible northerly landing. Well, with a nice crosswind to boot as well. Should be interesting. It's not that bad. It's only 8.5 knots. And the new Fenix, I'm sure, will be absolutely fine with it. Be coming a little bit later on tonight. 290 at 10 knots. So that's a bit more of a crosswind, I guess. And then it's just dropping off. So yeah, no, it's fine. I've got no concerns getting in tonight. Faro is absolutely fine. When is Faro not fine? And yeah, I'm not even going to look at the others because I can't see us going any further than that. Alexandre, thank you so much for the sub, and to P1 as well. There's our flight route today. There we go. Looks like no significant weather either, so that works nicely for us. Any no terms? Grass cutting on the movement area. Don't think we'll care about that. For all SID stars when filing, flight plan disregard abbreviated route name, use the full route name. Yeah, don't need to worry about that. Lisbon. Alright, well, there's a few taxiway closures and things like that. We'll have a look at that on during the cruise, see if that's going to affect us at all. Let's just have a look at that. What's that runway to? Cat 2, Cat 3. Yeah, that's not going to affect us either. The weather's not that bad tonight. Alright, so fuel, what we're going to take. It's 6.2. Yeah, to be honest, we're just going to get the APU started a bit early, so I may be burning a bit off just because it's warm. Let's take 6.5. It's not a lot, and it still keeps us with a bit of the underload as well. So we'll take 6.5 tons of fuel when we get in. Let's just grab the charts to see what we're doing. The jet is parked at Alpha 2, so it's a nice short taxi. Quick look at the departure. There is a speed constraint there of 230, so we'll have a look at the characteristic speeds as we go. Terrain to the south, so we're turning away from that. That's fine. And we'll put the BGR point in there as well, actually. Just making a note of the nav aids. We've got Marrakesh and Ben Gurir. BGR is easier. So yeah, that's fine. Legend grass cutting is Jayhog here. I hope so, just for that comment. Alright, so that's all, yeah, it's all pretty straightforward, isn't it? Okay, should we go and get on board and find our beautiful jet? Have a look at it. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, GSX doesn't want to play ball though tonight, so we might have to resort to the good old pushback helper. Although there's a pushback in the EFB now, isn't there? Which is quite decent. Okay, let's find our jet. There she is, and as I say, it is a little bit hazy this evening as that sun drops low in the sky. That haze being sort of amplified a little bit. But yeah, this Marrakesh paint we're seeing it. I've forgotten who made it. I could never get GSX to work here. Maybe there's something not quite right with it. But never mind. It doesn't really affect us. We can sort ourselves out. I'm sure. Right then, let's get on board and welcome the cabin crew. Speak to ground, and we'll get ourselves sorted. Now, quick look at the condition. Yeah, look at that. 33, 25, 25. It's 41 degrees outside. I'm not going to open a window. I don't want that to get even warmer. So yeah, let's just crack on with a bit of cabin crewness, and then we'll start getting set up. But as we take over from the flight deck, just from the previous flight crew, get those off. I'm going to turn these down. So fuel pumps are off. Right, nav lights are on. That's fine. And I believe that might be the ground crew.
Ground to cockpit.
Hi, Captain. The terminal staff are ready to send the passengers down. Can we start boarding?
Yeah, let's start straight away.
No worries. I'll get the rest of the crew organized, and we'll make a start in a couple of minutes once the passengers start arriving from the terminal.
Wonderful, and so we've got spoilers, flaps, high pressures, good. Yeah, all looking fantastic. Right, ground crew wanted us as well, didn't they? Yeah, so ground crew, this is cockpit, go ahead.
Hi, Captain. Microphone check, please.
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
You're loud and clear. 5 over 5. Okay, Captain. Radio check is complete. We'll contact you when we're ready to start loading. Ground
Okay.
to cockpit.
But I think they can need to hurry up because we're going to be late otherwise.
Hi, Captain. Just a quick update to let you know that we've started loading. We'll contact you again once we're done.
Alright, thank you. One of the things I have noticed, and I don't know what it is that's causing this, but some of my refresh sort of the displays are incredibly slow in this latest build. I don't know if anyone else is having an issue with this, but if I turn down the primary flight display, look there, there's just a bit of a delay with it. I'm not quite sure what's causing that, and I've even ticked the what is it? This thing, display synchronization thing. That's not made it go away, sadly. So we'll see what it's like when we're airborne. Anyway, let's get everything set up. 1 hour 18 minutes is our flight time today. Then, so check. We've got IRS 3 nav greens. Yeah, they're all working. Aircraft status. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do our init request. So can I just tell the ground that we're going to start that APU? Ground, are you there?
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's very warm up here. We're going to be starting the APU now.
Roger. We'll monitor the startup from down here and let you know if we see anything untoward.
Alright, thank you. Okay, let's get that started up. So that's all well and good. Give that 1, 2, 3, and there we go. Okay, let's continue setting the box up while that starts. Right, so our flight number today is Alpine. What was it? 6740. Cost index of 4. Temperature is 41. God, that's warm. 45012 is the proper. We'll grab the winds as well. To feature the crew getting well, they should have their noise cancelling headphones or whatever it is they use down on the ground. I'm not sitting here and boiling, that's for sure. IRS, I just check those against the charts. Stand Alpha 2. Yeah, they're fine. And cruising 360. Temperature is 51. Alright. So looking to depart on 28. It's the Mabab 4 Delta. That one. Departure. And then the arrival is going to be the ILS 20 Troyer 5 Bravo. Never done that one before. It's quite an interesting approach. You actually cross the departure path of the airport, which seems a little strange to me, but I didn't make it up. What veer is it going to be? Yeah, so if you just have a look at this, comes in down here, and we, instead of just flying north and then coming in on sort of a left base, we end up going past the airport and going right, which is weird, but anyway. What was I looking at? I've completely forgotten now. Oh, the veer, yeah. So I've got upcat as a clearance limit, and yeah, there we go. Initial approach fix is LAR. Set that. There we are. 543 on the flight plan, so happy with that. RadNav page, as we looked in the briefing room, we've got Marrakesh, MAK, and we've got, what was the other one? BGR, whose name I can't pronounce. Good stuff. Alright, have we got the doors open? Just have a look. Is this, are we synced? So we can get the doors open. Right. Just very cautious of the fact that no one's coming on board. I think they are now. It's going to make us even later if we don't get the doors open. Alright, that's done. Everyone's coming on board now. Right, in it B page, have we got a preliminary load sheet from the ground? APU should be up and running now. Let's get the lead on. Aha, yes we do. So we've got a 0 fuel rate of 60.4 and a CFG of 30.2. Fuel for the alternate is what is it? 1.3. Right, what did I say we were taking? 6.5 tons. Let's see what the box says. Flight Coco, did my FPS improve with the patch? Yeah, it did a little bit. So, not sure what they've done, but yeah, seems to have done. Right, it's alright. I'm just fighting with the cabin crew here. For some reason, they don't want to get the doors open. Which makes it very difficult to load the passengers if the doors aren't opening. Interestingly enough, I wonder if this is something new with this latest patch then. It's not reading the doors are opening correctly with self-loading cargo for those of you that use it. Which is a bit strange. Because if I have a quick look on here, where's the door page? Yeah, everything's open. So might just not be reading it properly from FS UIPC, which is frustrating. I wonder if I can just tell them to crack on with the intercom, see what's going on.
Hi.
Hey guys, are you boarding? How's it going?
We're currently boarding. I'll call you once we're done.
Oh, okay, no problem. The passengers just seem very, very quiet then. Are they actually boarding? I think I can find out. Hang on. Oh yeah. Well, looks like it. Alright. Maybe they're all sleepy and not talking. Fair enough. Alright, let's crack on. So, takeoff weight is 66.7. That's above max takeoff, max landing weight, so be aware of that when we brief it later. And 28.5 is planned CFG. Okay. So, runway 28, it is dry. Hang on, packs have been running for long enough now. I'm going to get both of those on. Let's just cool it down. So, flaps 1, no need to force toga, anti-ice, I don't think so. Takeoff weight 667, CFG is 28.5. Grab the live weather, sync that. Intersection data, yeah, I thought we'd have to do full length today. I didn't imagine Marrakesh would have the intersection data in there. But there it is, 47, 47, 49. Let's I'll pop all that info in. Transition altitude here is 6,000 feet. Flaps 1. And the flex was 65.
I hope you enjoy your drink.
Good stuff. Right, thrust reduction acceleration values. Let's check those out. So, where's SimSmart gone? Here we are. So, runway 28. Yep. So then, we've got thrust reduction acceleration 2545, 2545, 2545, 2545. That's great. Easyjet stops, so it's now 800. So let's make that 2, 3, 4, 5 for all of these.
Duty free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure.
There we go. I bet I've got the passenger sound turned down. I bet that's why I can't hear them. I've just remembered.
This is a no smoking service. Thank you for
Not
observing.
that it's a bad thing. Don't want to really hear them, do we? Right, so that's done. That's done. Let's have a look then at the engine out procedure. Non-standard, 7 miles from the Mac DME, right turn to Ramin. Okay, so that's a nice easy one then, isn't it? So copy of the active flight plan. Mac. And takeoff track is 277, 7 miles. Then it's a right turn to where? Ramin. Well, that's interesting. Where's my place bearing distance just gone? Huh, what happened there? Try that again. Huh, that's interesting. Didn't used to do this. Alright, let's try and pop it here instead. There is a bug that you can't put it in the second line down. That is a bug. In the real world you can put it here. But okay, let's try that again. We should try that just there. Oh, but it's called it place bearing distance 03, so somewhere it's thrown in 02 and 01. Have a look at that in a second. Hello.
Hi, Captain. All passengers are now on board.
Okay, I'm just waiting to load sheet from ground.
No problem. I'll bring it to you as soon as they send it up.
Yeah, so that's that's very interesting. Okay, well, let's clear that out. Can I clear that one out as well? Not allowed. Alright, well in that case, tell you what I'm going to do. Let's just copy the active flight plan again. Let's put in that place bearing distance 03. Can we pop that in there? Yeah, alright, that was weird. I'll check that on the next flight I do, but I've not come across that little bug before. So, after that we're going to... what was the name of the place? Wrong app. Ramin. Hold. Inbound course is 278 right turns. And then back here. ILS 28. Oh, there isn't an ILS 28. Fair enough, that'll be an RNAV 28 then. No star. And Ramin is one of the views, so that works nicely. Okay, just check that out for our own situational awareness, because I'm not familiar with it. So that's straight out, and to the hold. Why has it got the hold there? That's not right. Shouldn't be showing the hold there, it should be showing the hold at Ramin, shouldn't it? It has got a hold showing there at Ramin. What the hell is that line there? Oh, this is very strange. Might do a bit more few more checks with this at some point off stream just to see, but we should get straight out. We should have then a right hand turn at that place bearing distance point and then go direct to Ramin, which is quite clearly behind us to the right. Now, what are those there? That's place bearing distance 03, isn't it? Has it thrown 04 and 5 in there at some point? Oh, sorry, 1 and 2, not 3 and 4. I've got no idea where that's going. No, not a Scooby-Doo. Basically, if we lose an engine on departure, let's pull the bugs and sort it ourselves. Alright, well, we'll add that to the threat. Right, well, that is supposedly all set up. What's the temperatures doing? That's a bit more respectable, isn't it? Okay, let's get that back on Arc 20. That's fine. Now, let's grab the latest weather here. We've got it down there, look. In fact, is that the latest one? Let's set this up. So winds are 300 at 14. Might feel that on departure. Bearing 270330, 8 kilometers, visibility broken to 6, and a few CBs, 3,300 feet, 39 degrees. QNH is 1011, no SIG. Okay, let's just set that up then. 1011, they're all fine, 1011, and we're done. And our initial climb here, there isn't actually one on the chart, so we're just going to go above MSA, which is final 70. Alright, well, whilst waiting for ground to finish up then, let's do the brief. So the weather we've just spoke about, winds 300 at 14 as we're departing, so we might feel that it's also variable as well from the west. So yeah, maybe from the left hand side a little bit of wind, but most of it is on the nose, which is fine. Aircraft is A320, nothing in the tech log, but there will be after this flight. It's finished. Weather radar's not working, of course. No nav tabs that will affect us. Threats to be aware of here, just for unfamiliarity with the airport and a bit of terrain to the south. Okay, let's have a look at the taxi and where we're going. Short taxi as well, so that's a little bit of a threat. So we'll push back facing north, and then we'll taxi out via the Alpha Papa and full length Charlie 1. Charlie 1 departure then is straight out, and then it's a right hand turn 2.5 miles from the Marrakesh VOR, which is fine. Noise abatement 2, first turn to the right, all that stuff. Transition altitude 6,000 feet. MSA as we depart is 4,600, and then we've got this little sector there, 6,500, when we're about 15 miles away from Marrakesh. Alright, so that speed constraint of 230 in that first turn. Let's just quickly have a look at the speeds there. Oh no, 219 is clean, so don't need to worry about that. We can clean up, leave it in managed mode, and it should respect that. Although 230 max in the first turn, I can't see that anywhere there. Okay, well in that case, what I will do, just in case, I think we're going to be through that first turn anyway, but let's just pre-select it, because manage isn't going to work. Well, we might as well just save a bit of fuel and be efficient. 219, we'll pre-select clean. There we go. Okie dokies, and we're all set up. I'm just waiting for ground to hurry up. Yeah, shame self-loading cargo doesn't want to work here. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. I've got time to reset it though, so we can have a we'll have a quick go. We'll restart the engine, the quality engine, as it's called. And then we'll wait for ground crew to sort themselves out, and then we'll get that final load sheet as well. So let's brief in a bit more detail as well the engine out procedure here if secondary flight plan doesn't want to play ball. So engine out procedure is straight out and then 7 miles from the Marrakesh VOR. It's a right hand turn to the Ramin holding point. So I'll also do on here just for my own situational awareness. We'll get that in there. There we are. So that'll be on the navigation display should we require it. Right guys, that's it. If anyone's got any questions, now's a good time to ask us. I'm just sat here waiting for ground to hurry up. Let's just give them a bit of a kick, see what they're doing. Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
How are we doing with the loading?
There's probably about 5 minutes remaining.
Okay, roger. Yeah, I've heard that before. So even though we're currently on APU, you know, the aircraft is all powered up, it's still a good idea to leave the external power connector because it just reduces the load off the APU, and I think they've simulated that as well. If we have a look at the electric page. So APU is 115,400, and once we remove external power, we should probably see that load go up. We'll have a look at that and see. Zach, is there much ATC tonight? There was in Lisbon a little bit later on. Looks to one next week's winning lottery numbers. I'm not that good. Not by a long shot. If I knew that, I'd be simming from a real 320. No, maybe not. I don't even think the Euro millions would stretch to that, would they? Can you turn on the panel lights real quick? What, the dome light? Those ones? There. Any better? Or you don't mean the... you don't mean that, do you? The Christmas tree lights. Wonder if Fenix have actually modelled a bulb going. That would be quite interesting to see. Might have to ask them. Right, has fuel been loaded? 6.5 tons, yeah, that's fine, so we'll get those off. Seatbelt signs on. So I'm just going to leave the external power connected until they finish downstairs. Company message, so that load sheet looks like it's coming through now. Final one. There it is. Right, let's see if we're good to go with our performance that we've got. Takeoff weight 667, yep, that's what we planned. 172 passengers, 6 infants, and a takeoff weight CFG is 29.3, which is fine and within limits. Wonderful! I like that. Aviation Guide to Phoenix have a new update again. They do. They're not calling this so much of an update. It's more of a patch for a few bugs that were introduced with the last update. But there you go. Tim, do I have any idea why your autopilot disconnect button on the TTA isn't working? Well, it literally isn't doing anything. It's probably just not bound to the correct function, which should be autopilot off, not autopilot toggle. How do I plan my routes? I don't really know. I guess I just kind of think about places I've not flown to before and such like that. Flight Radar 24 is a huge help, so that's definitely worth looking at as well. That's interesting. My refresh rate for this place seem to be working now. Right, is GSX working? No. I tell you, Marrakesh and GSX doesn't like it. Brendan, have they fixed the Fenix aircraft smashing the nose gear down on landing? Yes, they have. Yes, so that's good. Trog, do you click flaps 3 on the overhead if you're doing a flaps 3 landing? Yeah, this one up here. Yeah, we'll probably do that tonight, to be fair, so yes, that is exactly what we do. Right, come on, ground crew. Can't be much longer. Right, everyone will be getting bored now, so let's welcome everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on this flight from Marrakesh to Lisbon. We're just waiting for the flight crew to, for the ground crew to finish loading everything up downstairs. We'll be cruising today, flight level 360, flight level 36,000 feet. And yeah, we're sorry, we've got a short delay expected just for our planned departure time today. But as soon as the ground crew have finished, we'll close up, get pushed back, and get you on our way as safely and quickly as possible. So I do apologise that we are running behind, but we will do our best to make that time up once we're en route. Once we push back though, we shouldn't have any further delays. We should get normal taxi time, and the weather for the departure is good as well. So without any en route delays either, getting into Lisbon. So if you can please take to your seats, get your seatbelts fastened, and we'll get moving as soon as the ground have finished loading. Thank you.
Ground to cockpit.
Oh, what perfect timing. Hello, go ahead.
Loading has been completed. We're sending the load sheet up to you now. We'll contact you for pushback once you're closed up and the beacon light is switched on.
Okay, thank you. You're waiting for the first PA over VATSIM. The number of times pilots have done that by mistake. Yeah, I don't know if you'll have heard that. Or they tell the passengers they make a PA and they're actually speaking to air traffic control, so they tell the passengers what they're doing when really it should have gone to the ATC. Hello.
Hi, Captain. Okay, here's the load sheet from ground. I've written the passenger count here, the crew count here, and the total number of souls, not including yourself, here.
All right, thank you.
Okay, looks like we're all set to go whenever you're ready.
Okay, well, feel free to get the doors closed, and we'll get ready to push.
No problem.
Right, let's disconnect that external power. See that go. Should see the load start to increase on the APU just now as that disappears. And let's tell ground they can get rid of the GPU. Copy to ground.
Go ahead.
You can remove chock cones and disconnect GPU now, thanks.
Roger. Stand by.
Wonderful. So we're going to use.
Ground power has been disconnected.
Okay, thanks, Roger. We'll just use the pushback on the Fenix for the push, so that's okay. I think we're all good to go. And let's go over to Unicom then. So let's do the cockpit preparation checklist then before we push. Aircraft assessments have been completed. Fuel quantity is 6.5 tons, or 6,480 kilograms. That is loaded. That is balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. It is 3.5 green. Bar FQNH is 1011, and that's 1,550 feet. Awesome. Right. Let's call in Unicom then. Marrakesh ground Alpine 6740. Stand Alpha 2. Pushing back facing north on Alpha.
Ground to cockpit.
Go ahead.
We're ready to disconnect.
Okay, thanks. Pin straight ahead. Alright then, before takeoff checklist, parking brake is on, takeoff date has been confirmed, windows are closed, EFB is on flight mode,
Marrakesh,
doors closed now, beacon light is on.
6 Golf is pushing back from Alpha 5.
Where's that? Oh, he's miles away. Fine. Right, pushback, no tug available. Typical. Right, pushback helper. Never fails to let me down. Right, release parking brake. And oh, that's interesting. Tug's connected, but even that isn't going to let me push back. Why is nothing letting me push back?
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures of
We may have to do a reverse thrust pushback, which is absolutely not allowed.
oxygen masks, life jackets.
I think this is something to do with Marrakesh ground, you know.
Brace, brace.
But yeah, GSX doesn't want to work.
Or in the middle.
Nick, is that you? How are you pushing back? Have you got this scenery as well?
Guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you.
Yeah, Phoenix pushback isn't working either on the EFB.
Cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened.
Alright, I'll start engines and I'll just do an illegal manoeuvre. Alright, well we'd run the before engine start checklist, so engine was selected to ignition. And starting engine one. Von, yeah, we reset the quality, yeah. Still didn't want to work.
Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tape around your
Engine
waist.
one starting up.
Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs
Lemon, good shout.
blow
Thank
into
you.
the tube. There is a light and whistle.
Marrakesh traffic, Easyjet 383 pushing back from stand, oh god knows what stand we're on, let's just say stand 17.
Standard call.
And seatbelt fastened.
One of them.
Wish you a pleasant flight with Easyjet.
Yeah, very strange. Yeah, for some reason, Marrakesh scenery here, just, for me, it never got GSX working properly. I have no idea why. Potato, do a manual pushback with the toolbar pushback. I couldn't. I loaded pushback help. I haven't got toolbar pushback installed anymore. At least I don't think I have. Pretty certain I don't. No. No, I don't. So, that's not going to work. And starting engine 2. I don't think that that issue with the pushback not working is anything to do with the Phoenix aircraft. I think it is this scenery, and basically it doesn't have any tugs available at this stand that I'm at. Although, come on, there's a tug right there. Stupid ground crew.
Marrakesh traffic, Speedbird 6 Golf is taxiing from Alpha 58 from Papa onto Papa, Charlie 1 for 28.
Yeah, don't wait for me. That could be a while yet. So we'll get both engines started and then we'll reverse thrust our way back. How naughty. Absolutely not a...
I won't.
absolutely not a an authorised thing to do. Scott, we're not celebrating with a Monarch flight. Do you know what, Scott? When I see one in the air, then I'll believe it. No one more than me would love that to be true, by the way. Because I think that would be great to see that beautiful livery back in the sky. Right, well, both engines are running, so that's good news. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Don't interrupt my flows. And the FSTraffic checklist, anti-ice is off, ECAM status is checked, pitch trim is 29.3 and rudder is neutral. Right, yes, hello.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is secured for takeoff.
Alright, thank you.
Just let me know when you're ready to go and I'll get the crew seated.
Alright, will do. Now, is that aircraft moving? He's got his strobe lights on. He must be taking off from the taxiway. Why not, are they? No. Mark, if you press the arrows on the EFB, it'll push back regardless. Really? Will it? Alright, tell you what, I'll try that in a second.
4 feet upper Mike, taxiing Papa 3, Papa 2, Charlie 128, Marrakesh.
I'll give it a try. I just want to wait for this British Airways to move first. Wouldn't want to reverse into him. That would be an expensive collision. Alright. Okay, I will see what happens then. So push us back, see if we can go.
Marrakesh traffic was preferred 5 lining up and departing
So parking brakes are released.
Map up for Delta departure.
Oh, look at that. Who needs a tug? Fantastic. Hang on. There's a bloody tug there. Seriously. Tug's just vanished and we got a side stick fault. Okay, well, we can just disregard the master caution. I've been getting that ever since the update. But yes, cancel master caution and clear ECAM. Chris, the guys are on the ground just hand pushing it. Hey, if it works, who cares? Oh, I'm so glad that's worked. It feels a little less illegal now than I was going to do.
Golf holding Charlie 1 for 28.
Okay, parking brake set.
Speedbird 6 Golf lining up 28.
It's like a magical disappearing, reappearing tug. I mean, that pushback was shocking, by the way. You're sacked.
Marrakesh traffic was preferred 5 passing 2000 last call.
Marrakesh traffic Alpine 6740 taxi now via Alpha Papa holding Charlie 1 for runway 28.
Marrakesh traffic easy 383 taxiing Papa 1 holding runway 28.
Frame rates are definitely better for me with this update.
Marrakesh traffic, Speedbird 6 Golf rolling 28.
Full
Marrakesh
left,
traffic, Rhino 4 feet Alpha
full
Mike,
right,
highest Charlie 1 riding
neutral, and full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full right, full left, neutral. Right, so quick pets check then. So no change to our performance. Drive figures, full length runway 28. Engine out procedure is non-standard, which is 7 miles from Marrakesh via our right turn ram in hold, where we'll need to get ourselves good and safe 7,000 to get above MSA, and then we'll decide what we're doing. I'm probably coming back here. Departure is met up for Delta, first turn to the right, noise abatement 2, and our stop climb is 7,000. That first turn to the right, by the way, just refresh our memory, is 2.5 miles from the VOR. Mark Boyle, you finally took the plunge and you bought the Fenix. Fantastic. You're gonna love it. Tuareg, yeah, like you said, it does seem smoother. I agree with that completely. Okay, so brake check. Yeah, that's fine. So taxi checklist. Flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 1. FMA, you've got climbing up blue 1 FD2, 7,000 blue. Radar and predictive windshield is on. Ecam memo. Master caution. Clear ecam. Takeoff no blue. And the EFB is stowed and disconnected. traffic ahead of us. Yeah, so much smoother.
Marrakesh traffic, runway 43 Alpha Mike departing runway 28, map up 4 Delta departure, Marrakesh.
No point racing to the holding point if there's another couple of aircraft in front of us.
Easy 303 loading up runway 28.
Should put the romantic mood lighting on. There we go. HD setting. This is quite an interesting airport to land at as well. Decent approach. If we do lose an engine on departure, then it's an RNAV approach back in here. Hey Mona, hey Lawn State. Hope you're doing well, guys. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, everything is just so much smoother with this little patch that they've done. I don't know what they've done. It wasn't bad before, but it's even better now. We'll see what it's like when we get into Lisbon later, because that's obviously there's photogrammetry and detailed scenery, probably some VATSIM traffic as well. That might throw a few things up.
Marrakesh traffic, Ryanair 43 Alpha Mike airborne runway 28, 34,000 feet.
So wait for our company aircraft to depart.
Off runway 28.
Marrakesh traffic Alpine 6740 behind departing company A320, lining up and waiting runway 28 behind. Alright, let's go. Cabin crew seats for takeoff. Approach path is clear. And he's now airborne, so I'll just start this timer. 3 minutes for separation. Jiggerman, what's the difference between this version and the old version? Well, we'll go through that once we're airborne. A couple of big points is the fact that the aircraft no longer smashes into the ground on final. It never did that for me though. So, but I know some people had an issue with that, so that's obviously good. VNAV performance has been
Marrakesh
increased.
traffic EZ383 passing 3000 on the Maba for Delta departure.
A few people who had high CPU usage, that has also been fixed, hence the much better performance as well. And very importantly, the speed brake text has reappeared again. Someone had wiped that off in the last one. They've drawn it back on now with a white crayon. Torres, thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Creator TCI. Dan, model matching's got you as a lot of A320. I did wonder about that. You can assure me that you are a Ryanair. Well, I don't know why that's happening then, Dan. Maybe it's a wet lease or something. Right, so there's the aircraft that was out ahead of us. There's a few more aircraft over here, I think, as well.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your drink.
Another minute and a half for separation. Yeah, it's nice airport scenery. This just a little bit buggy. Some of the other stuff. Like I said, never got GSX working here properly, and it was a bit weird not getting any sort of tug to push us back. Strange. Very strange. Never mind. Another minute.
I hope you enjoy your drink.
Elliot, splashing out on the champagne. What are we celebrating? Another 30 seconds. We'll not wait for the full 4 minutes like we should do. Right, I'm going to turn the engines up as well, because they have also changed the sounds as well with this this patch. So I'll not talk, and I'll just turn the engine sounds up because we're ready to go. Alright then, take off. Let's start the chrono. So take off thrust. And flex SRS. Rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Nav. Thrust climb, climb. Yeah, so hopefully you heard a much more loud and improved sort of buzzsaw kind of sound from the engines. So, because they were really quiet, weren't they, in the flight deck? So we're flying out on runway heading 2.5 miles from Marrakesh VOR. Flap 0, spoilers disarmed. There we go, 2.5 miles, autopilot on. Maintain green dot as we go through this first turn. We've got no further ATC around, so let's clear ourselves up. No flight level 180, standard pressure. Climb 180 blue. Cabin crew, you're released. spoilers, flaps, gear, lights. Robert says the level of detail is astounding. If you lower your view, you can see the faint reflection of the E-cams on the side of the glare shields. You can, but I think all the A320s do that. I even think the default one does that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is off. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes. In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from a selection of fresh food available today. The full details can be found in your in-flight brochure.
Lovely, right, that's 10,000 feet coming up. Get airports on the EFIS, RadNav page, clear all that out.
Most major currencies and debit or credit cards.
Flight level 360 is going to be fine, so let's go and set it.
We join you in the cabin shortly.
360 blue. Yeah, just as I'm panning around here, it's completely stutter free, like I've never had before, which is great. I threw that turn, so managed the speed, and copy the active flight plan, because that was an absolute mess of a secondary flight plan, wasn't it? Nice and clear. Seatbelt signs off. What a beautiful, nice night sky. If you haven't already done so, guys, please do consider hitting that like button. It does make a big difference, guys, on the channel, so thank you to everyone who has already pressed that. Let's have a look at the time we're expected to get in tonight, just before 2100 Zulu time, so that's fine. Shay47, do I stream from the same PC? Yes, I do. So when you think about all the stuff the PC is doing and how smooth this now is, I think that's great. It's doing a really great job. So that's it for the time being. We're airborne. We're happy. Aircraft's working. Zach, anyone using the new flight simulator? No, I don't think we'll hear anything about that now for a while. They kind of dropped it on us, though, didn't they, when they did release it? Elliot, maybe try rendering the displays with whatever it is. It might make a difference. Yeah, so Elliot, I've done that. What is it? It's this, isn't it? Use display synchronization. Helps with display lag and stuttering, may reduce frame rate. So I've actually got that turned on at the moment, but it doesn't seem to be making much difference, sadly. Hasn't affected frame rates though. Maybe it's not working, I don't know. Oh wow, Fruitbat has just gifted 10 Easyjet Sim Partner Channel memberships. Fruitbat, that is awesome support. Thank you, really, really kind of you. Welcome then to Zach, Marty, Neil, Sid, Elvis, Richard, Peter, Gonzi, Redstone, and Galhenish Don. Welcome to channel membership, all courtesy, of course, of Fruitbat, who has gifted those channel memberships. Thank you so much. That is incredibly generous, Fruitbat. Thank you for your support, and obviously not the first time you've supported us in that way either, is it? So huge thank you to you. Neil, you got to sit in the captain's seat of an A320 going on holiday a couple of weeks ago. You see, if it had a bit of Boeing, you wouldn't have bothered, would you? Like, nah, don't need a photograph in that. So yeah, if you are now a new channel member, make sure you get on our Discord server. link your YouTube to your Discord, get in the members lounge, check out the members only streams. In fact, I think in the last members only stream, you guys directed us as to what you wanted me to do, and we attempted to do the takeoff from LaGuardia and cut all the engines at about 1,500 feet. See how I survived. I'll not tell you how that turned out. Oh, Elliot, use the alternate display renderer, this one. Yeah, I thought about that. It says it can help with compatibility with lower VRAM. Now, I don't suffer with that, as far as I'm aware. I'll try anything. I'll try anything. I'm not quite sure what it is that's causing this, the issue, but there you go. T-Break, thank you for joining. I don't know why I chose Morocco tonight. Don't do Africa too often. Out of Africa. Hey Gustavo, good to see you. Brian, the Fenix version 2, certainly nice and smooth, but I'm suddenly getting 3-minute freezes. Always at the same distance on approach into, I don't know where that is, somewhere in the UK called Jelly Baby. From any direction. Okay, if I turn the scenery off, only since version 2, that is interesting. Andy, you noticed when you set flex power, you noticed a new FMA appeared, 219. Don't recall seeing that. No, it's not new. It's always been there. That only, I can't show you now, but if you go back and watch the stream, you'll see how I pre-selected the speed that I wanted to climb out at. And because I had pre-selected that, it flashed up here. But yes, that's been there since release. Tim, do you know how many screens with speed and stuff and route swapped positions? Right, it does this, watch. So if you turned down the primary flight display all the way, look at that. It thinks, oh no, the screen's broken, we need to give you your primary flight display, so we'll get rid of your navigation display and pop this here. So now if I turned the primary flight display back up, oh god, can I turn it back up? There, just let that come back to life. There, and now, yeah, they're the wrong way around, aren't they? But you can put them back, so just press the primary flight display, navigation display, sort of crossover button. There you go, fixed. Zach, is Lisbon a busy airport? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Dark Fury, we need to fly to Dubai. I need my kids to go back to school, Dark. In fact, even when they do come back to school, I've no idea how I'm going to find time for that. I'm going to have to send them away. But I have not forgotten. Funnily enough, I was only thinking about that the other day. Oran, how is the new update? I think it's great. I've just got a little issue with the my screens occasionally stuttering, but FPS wise, much better. Really like it. Oh, Brian, is it Guernsey? Thank you. Fullback, can you get a 320 into Guernsey? Let's have a look. How long's the runway? Ooh, if it was empty. Tell you what we can do. Can we get the Neo out of Guernsey? Let's have a look. Which way is the wind blowing? 3104. Alright, that's with runway 27. Dry conditions, packs off, takeoff weight. Alright, let's go 65 ton. Standard CFG, takeoff thrust. Let's try flex. Config 1, packs off. Yeah, okay. You'd be able to get out at that. You've got a regulated takeoff weight of 67 tons. So yeah, I think you'll be able to get out. Can you stop? Well, I mean, your thrust is 43. That's the flex, so you're getting very close to toga. But yeah, you can get out. You can stop at this distance, but I forget what sort of weight you'd need to be. You'd need to be very low. I don't think that there aren't any actual flights, scheduled flights, A320s into Guernsey, are there? Zach, I have flown there before, but not with the A320. I'm pretty certain I've not done it with a 320. Armitage, any idea why your battery 1 and 2 have no display? Oh, really? That sounds like a full reinstall is needed, because it sounds like something is missing. Do you mean in the Phoenix or the fly-by-wire? Because the fly-by-wire did have an issue where Windows Defender was sort of getting in the way and saying no, it's a virus, so it blocked some files which screwed it up. Obviously, the fly-by-wire is not a virus in any shape, size, or form. Annie's song, let's see, boarding school for triplets would be very expensive. Yes. There aren't enough hours in the world to stream to make that work. You've just updated it. Right, I will do a full uninstallation and full fresh reinstall then, if that is the case. Madcat just touched down in Munich following this latest patch update. Near perfect touchdown, incredibly smooth. Good work from the Phoenix. Excellent. Good to hear it. See what we get when we get into where we're going. Lisbon. Mind went blank just then. There's the northwest coast then of Africa. Or I do use FS Realistic? I do, yeah, in fact, yeah, I do. Why is FS Realistic not connected? Do I dare connect it mid-flight? It's not currently running, that's annoying. It normally starts automatically as well, so I've no idea why that's not working. I can't believe how smooth this is. Alright, we're not exactly flying over the most populated part of the world, but it's the smoothest I've ever known it. Lemonade, you're facing an issue on approach where the plane tends to bank left and right after 50 feet, making the controls less sensitive, made it better to correct but still not solved. Anyone else having the same issue? I've not heard of that issue since Flight Simulator was first released. Do we all remember that? For those of you that got Flight Simulator when it first came out. You'd sort of cross the threshold and one of the wings would suddenly dip randomly, something to do with the ground effect. That has since been fixed though, so I'm not quite sure what's happening there. Dr. Magic, which profile do I use? I use my own, which is shared, so you should be able to find it if you really wish. Neil, when you see the real 320 flight deck, it makes you appreciate the accuracy of the Phoenix. Yeah, they've done a great job. Great job. Eliminator is only happening with Phoenix after version 2. Again, I would recommend a fresh install then if that is the case. Brendan, since version 2 you have to open flight FS Realistic before every flight opened automatically with version 1. My FS Realistic used to open automatically when I launched Microsoft Flight Simulator. I wouldn't have thought that the Phoenix would have changed that. But yeah, maybe you're right. I'll have to try and remember to do that next time. Annie Songol, let's see, do Easyjet fly to Israel? Yes, they do. Yeah, they fly to Tel Aviv. One of their longest routes. They also go, I think they even go into Jordan as well, which is a little bit further. Aviation 901, good evening. Right, what time are we going to be getting in? 20:59. Alright, that'll work. Oh, guys, bear with me 1 second. My training cat tin is meowing at me. Let me just let him out. That's better. There's enough meow noises on VATSIM anyway without him chirping in as well. Andy says, speaking about wings wobbling on finals, turn the turbulence down to medium or low, and not realistic turbulence in Microsoft Flight Simulator is enthusiastic to say the least. That might be an issue, something worth exploring. Limit if I let him out mid-air. Yeah, he's fine. Cats always land on their feet. Aviation 901, what's my GPU? It's a RTX 3060. Aaron, according to your dad, who is a training captain at Easy, they will be flying back to Cairo from October. That's interesting. They used to fly to Cairo, so it's not like they never have done. T-break, what determines the flex temperature? Wow. I'm not sure we've got enough flight time to discuss that. A whole host of things. The runway length, the runway slope, the winds, the temperature, the QNH, the runway condition, anti-ice on or off, your takeoff weight, your takeoff CFG, what thrust you want to use, obviously toggle or flex, obviously it will be flex if you're talking about the flex temp. Your configuration, flaps 1, 2, 3, etc. Whether the air conditioning packs are on or off. All of that affects it. And the airfield's altitude as well. All of that affects it. Aviation 901, what are your thoughts on X-Plane? I mean, it's great for the flight dynamics and stuff like that, just the visuals, it's so difficult to want to go. If you've got both, I don't even have X-Plane installed on my PC anymore, but once you've got Microsoft Flight Simulator and X-Plane, if they're both installed on your PC, it's difficult to choose X-Plane. Flew back Manchester to Hurghada is the longest Easyjet route, you think? No, there is a longer one. Hang on 1 second, I have got this. I've got this scribbled down somewhere just as a random daft piece of information. Right, so the furthest they fly, though not from the UK, the furthest they fly is to oh god, what's it called? I'm gonna have to look it up. Marsa Alam, yeah, which is obviously in Egypt. That's the furthest they fly. But they don't fly from the UK. They fly from Berlin. That's the furthest route to Marsa Alam that they do. However, they do fly to Hurghada, whatever you want to call it, but they fly there from Edinburgh and Glasgow, which is obviously a bit further than Manchester. There's another one they fly to as well in Jordan from Gatwick. That's a massive route. Oh god, what's the name of that airport? Aqaba King Hussein International Airport. Yeah, there you go. That's in Jordan, and that's from London Gatwick. So, yeah, some massive routes there. That's pretty much almost long haul territory, isn't it? Steve, the shortest route is actually Liverpool to the Isle of Man. Manchester is probably the second shortest. Mancat Eggplane 12 can look decent with auto-ortho. The clouds are still a bit buggy, but looks much better since the 12.6 beta. Well, that's it. The thing is as well, the visuals out of the box Microsoft Flight Simulator are just there, aren't they? There's no sort of tweaking and messing about. Obviously, we add mods for airports, and I think default airports in X-Plane are far better than default airports in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but not many people fly with default airports anymore, I guess. Alright, according to Google, it's Belfast to the Isle of Man. I'd definitely take issue with Google on that. Liverpool to the Isle of Man is... actually, it's close. Guess it depends. Do you know what? That is the kind of thing that depends which way the winds are blowing. Because I would imagine if you are landing on 2.6, Liverpool to Isle of Man is closer. If they're landing on 08, Belfast Isle of Man would be closer. So circumstantial. There's not much in it. Create a flight plan on SimBrief. Alright, there's a little test for you. Create a flight plan on SimBrief. Belfast to the Isle of Man and Liverpool to the Isle of Man. And see what the mileage is. That'd be quite interesting. Right, we're at cruising altitude anyway, 36,000 feet, so... Costing X factor 4. On cruise, yeah. That down. This performance is so good, just moving up and down. It's like I've got a new graphics card. T-break, how long till the hockey stick? I don't know. A little under half an hour. Oh yeah, if you're trying to find the predictive wind shear switch down here, it can sometimes be hidden by the armrest. Where's my armrest gone? I've got rid of it. Hang on. Yeah, so if you sat in the default view, it's there, it's in the way, so I always get rid of that. Right then, so let's have a quick look at en route weathers. We'll do a fuel check as well. So we'll have a little look at well, we've got Gibraltar. I mean, Gibraltar's a rubbish place to go to in the event of an emergency, isn't it? But Faro is probably the best bet. Oh, first officer, log you out. Easyjet ops, go away. 28 minutes late. I know. I was late because I was talking. So, weather. Let's see what's happening in Faro. Nothing ever happens in Faro. Faro's beautiful. Might as well get the weather for our destination as well whilst we're here. Send that off. See what comes. Look at that, cab okay and the wind's at 6 knots. Told you nothing ever happens in Faro. To be fair, that's looking pretty good as well. That's Cav OK, 3107, 29 degrees, QH1013. Standard pressure. Nice. Ryan, you're pretty sure that Google is... I'm not, oh, sorry, you're not sure that Google is right. It depends on the weather, etc. But they say from Liverpool it's 138 kilometres, from Belfast it's 122. Is that as the crow flies though, around? Because if you're flying as a crow flies, then yeah, that's probably true. But planes don't fly direct, do they? So I would, yeah, I think the track mileage would be shorter from Liverpool. I imagine a pilot saying that a flight was late because he was chatting. But you know what? I'm sure it's happened before. Hey, if planes have been late landing somewhere because the pilots fell asleep, then chatting is probably even a bit more acceptable, isn't it? Hey Anna, good to see you. Right, should we do a fuel check? So we're just passing Marja. So we took a couple of 100 tons extra fuel, so that's a couple hundred kilograms extra fuel. So that's 400 kilograms extra. We've just got to Marja, so we're going to be about 4.2 tons. What have we got? 4.2 tons. Fuel checks out. We didn't look through the SD pages either when we got to top of climbs. I want to check nothing's broken. Might turn the aircon back up as well because all the passengers are now freezing after we close it down. That's interesting. Fuel uses a very slightly different colour. That's weird. I've not noticed that before. How strange. Right, let's just grab a quick picture of that. Chris, what size PC monitor do I have? It's a, I want to say 24 inch, but I've got two of them. So yeah. Andy, in around Microsoft Flight Simulator in 2000, you only flew direct airport to airport because you didn't know about J-Ways. Now, those were the days we didn't care. How many times did you take off, turn the autopilot on, hit direct to airport, and then go and do something for 5 hours till it landed, occasionally checking on it? T-brake, proper motion simulator in the northwest. In the northwest, do you know, there used to be one in Newcastle, I'm sure they did. Other than that, I think your nearest one's Salford. Yeah, Andy, I used to do that as well. Going to bed for a long haul. So when I was a kid, you know, being a proper geek, sort of like 14, 15, 16, that kind of age, I would particularly like sort of now during the school holidays. It's about 10 o'clock, maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night. I'd set off from, I don't know, LAX, somewhere like that, in a 747. Didn't know how to fly the damn thing properly. But, yeah, set off in like a 747 or whatever was available in the flight simulator at the time. Over to Heathrow or Manchester, and then, yeah, turn the monitor off. And go to sleep. But I used to leave the speakers on because I got then in my bedroom with the sound of the jet engines still just there in the background. It used to put me to sleep. It was great. Dynasty Choke, do you still use the graphic settings from the old video, or has it changed? Right, it has changed. I've got a video coming out. I've started creating it. I just need to finish it. Find time to finish it. But yes, there is a new video coming out with updated graphic settings, which work perfectly in this new Phoenix, because I'm even more impressed now. It's really nice. Steve, does Manchester Airport have a simulator for public use? Not the airport, no, but there's a company in Salford that do. GD, your employees gave you a large monitor during COVID so you could work from home, yet you never did the work from home. You used it to view flight plans and VATSIM. I think we all did that. It was just the way to do it, wasn't it? It's just working from home meant working from home, but just also monitoring the aircraft at the same time. Christopher says he did the same. He took off, went to school, and when school was over he came home to land. You must have gotten up very, very early then, Christopher, because there's no way I could get up early enough before school to set off a flight and then get ready for school and go. Definitely could not do that. Right, I see land. That'll be far ahead of us then. Shall we have a look at this arrival? Start setting things up for that. Now, I'm not sure. I think ATC may have gone offline, sadly, for Lisbon. Let me just double check. So I think we might be on our own, which is fine. Can't see anything on VATSIM, on that map, or VPilot. Yeah, but if that's the case, then let's have a look at this arrival. So it's strange that this approach brings us this way in to make right-hand traffic instead of left-hand traffic. Left-hand traffic would, of course, be a lot quicker. Cut out quite a bit of the track mileage involved. So I'm just having a look at the flights that have recently done this flight route. Sadly, most of them landed on runway 2, so that doesn't help. We're obviously on the opposite runway today. It's not often that this runway is in use. Ah, there we go. Monday, 7th of August. This flight didn't do the full arrival. They got vectored in. And to me, that makes sense. So what we are going to do is we're going to leave Troya. We'll fly north. And then we'll vector ourselves in and around, and we'll come in this way rather than flying the full procedure. Hello.
Hi, Captain. I was just wondering if you'd like a drink. Maybe
Oh yes,
tea
I'll
or
have
coffee or
yeah.
a bottle of water.
Okay, yeah, I'll have some water, please.
Of course. I'll go and get it for you now. Just give me a few minutes.
Thank you. Steve, with HC offline, get a channel member to vector you in. Only if they've got authority. Yeah, so there's Troya. Let's have a little look how we're going to do this, but let's plan our arrival. Yeah, so Troya. Then what we'll do is we'll break off and we'll make left traffic in rather than going the other way around, and that's fine. All I need to do though, if we are going to do that, check MSA. It's 3,000, 4,000, so we need to be 4,000 at UpCat. That's fine. And if we just have a look at the grid moors on Navigraph. Where's my grid moorers gone? How do we turn them on? They used to be on by default. Anybody got any idea how to put the grid mortars on? Hello?
Hi, Captain. I've made your drinks. They're waiting for you in the galley area.
Alright, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, okay. Question for you guys in the chat. How do I put the grid mortar on? That's very frustrating. Andy, the grid motor, so the grid minimum off-route altitude, which are basically like almost, there's a grid creating boxes, and in each box there's a number, and it tells you what the lowest safe altitude is, minimum off-route altitude, which we'd obviously have to stick to if we were going off-route. Make sure you don't hit anything. Oh well. We'll just try not to fly into anything. SMX Dark, how was the new update? It's brilliant. Even I'm impressed with my frame rates have shot up with it, which is wonderful. We all want better frame rates and performance. That is exactly what we've got. Guys, are you ready for this? We have just passed 35,000 subscribers over on YouTube. That is unbelievable. Guys, you are awesome. Thank you so much. 35,000 subscribers, and we're not 3 years old yet. That was worth streaming for. Oh guys, you're all amazing. 35,000 subs, that is such a milestone. It's coming up to our 3rd birthday as well. It's brilliant stuff. And what's more, I could see that number getting higher and higher and higher, and I wanted us to be sort of live, or certainly wanted to be about when we cross that threshold, because I am away next week. I'm going away with on holiday with the family, so no live streams next week, and I didn't want to be away when that happened, so that is wonderful. Thank you so much, guys. 35,000 subscribers. That is brilliant. Thank you so much. What an amazing community you guys are. And the Legend Dark Fury is also just coming with the answer that I was looking for. It's on the VFR. How the heck do I get the VFR stuff then? Where? I can see the grids actually. I can't see any numbers in it. Let's have a look what we're doing. Second icon of the grid icons. VFR. I've got no idea what you mean. Second icon, VFR. Second icon. Nope, this is why I don't like IKEA. I can't follow their instructions either. Can't see any numbers. Oh, there's a number. Right, 31. Is that for that whole grid? Right, well in that case then we're safe. 31, 3,100 feet. Wonderful. Thank you. Take that. Lance Tate, celebrating a month of channel membership as well, and also celebrating 35,000 subscribers. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Lance. And UK Sim Pilot, the same deal. Thank you for your congratulations, celebrating 2 months of channel membership as well. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, am I abroad? I am actually, yep. So looking forward to that. Kids are getting very excited now. Jimbo, thank you so much. Glad you're here. And a special thank you as well, as always, to the Easyjet Sim Pilot channel members and that community that help support us and means that I can dedicate the time that we do to the channel and the flying and the planning. Right, so let's have a look at this arrival. First of all, let's grab the latest weather, shall we? Alright, so looks like those winds aren't quite as bad as what they could have been, so that's good. That's good. Still a bit of a crosswind though, so we might get to see that. Right, so winds 310 at 9. It's cav okay. Oh, so if we do fly into anything, at least we'll see it coming. 27 degrees, QNH is 1013. Temperature 27. Get all that filled into the box. Wonderful. Let's just grab a few things then from the charts. So we've spoke how we're going to fly, or where we're going to fly the approach. We'll brief it fully in a minute. Let's get some stuff off here. So transition altitude 4,000 feet. What are our minimums? It is Cat 1 stuff. So 547. And we've got the Lisbon VOR to pop in as well, haven't we? And the LAR NDB, in case something goes wrong. We have to fly that in anger. Okay, so let's go through the box. I'm just going to jump straight down to start of that approach. Comes in upcat, that's fine. What speeds it want at upcat? 211. Alright, let's just edit that ever so slightly. So speed 180. Radnav page, LIS. That NDB that we saw, LAR. LPPT runway 20. Pop the weather in there though, so 1013 is the QNH. Temperature is 27. Winds 310 at 9. Minimums 547. And we'll go for config 3. We'll check that in a minute as well. And that gives us a landing weight then of 63.5. So we'll just go 63.7 to be conservative. Secondary flight plan, copy the active. Okay, let's do a landing calculation then in Lisbon. Make sure we can get in. Sure we will. It is dry. Runway... Those runways don't exist anymore, do they? Runway 20. Just get the latest METAR. Apply that and a landing weight of 637. Auto brake low. Flaps 3. Yeah, no problem. 9 knot crosswinds, so there we go. It's fine. Do you know, I'm going to check something. Just looking at that wind, there's a small chance they may have changed their runway usage. Let's see what they've done, if they've done anything. Oh no, they are still using runway 20. That's fine. Okay, good, so we can get in. Excellent, so with that then, let's do the brief before we start heading down. So, weather we've just looked at, winds 310 at 9, it's kind of okay, QNH 1013, so crosswind coming in from the right, slight chance of a tailwind as well, so be aware of that as we're coming in, because we want to make sure flaps 2 is set by glide, otherwise we're going to struggle to slow down. Aircraft isn't broken, aircraft is fine, no TAMs. No, there's no ATC around, so no items to worry about. Threats to be aware of as we come in. Well, no ATC, that's most certainly a threat. We've got terrain to the north and northwest of the airfield. We're not going to be flying over that now. We would have been originally, but we're not. We're now going to come in from the east and make left traffic downwind. So that's fine. We've sort of mitigated that little fact. So what we're doing, we are planning on the, well, we're not really doing this star anymore, are we? But we want to be below flight level 250 by the time we get to Troya. From Troya then, what we're going to do is we're going to fly northbound and we'll vector ourselves in VOCAT almost to come in on the ILS runway 20. The idea will be to be a green dot as we're downwind, flaps 1 on the base, flaps 2 with the glide. The platform altitude then is 4,000 feet, which is what we'll be getting down to. It's normal ILS approach 3 degrees, elevation 347, and just check how wide is this runway, 45 meters, that's fine. Runway 20, have we got Pappies there? Yes we do, Pappies are fine, so follow those as we come in. So that's fine, that's all neat. We're going to be using auto brake low as we do that. Might get a chance for a single engine taxi. We shall see. In fact, where do Easyjet park nowadays? They've moved, haven't they? So just 1 second. We'll have a look where this particular flight parks, and then we'll park in the same stand. So what's our number? 6740. And yesterday you parked at... Oh, you turned your transponder off. Right, okay, well it looks like we're parking on the... is it Terminal 1 now? Yeah, so somewhere down here, so that's fine. Right, so once we've landed then, we will vacate Hotel 3. What we could do then is Hotel 3, Golf, and... then straight to stand. That would work nicely. Yeah, either Hotel 1 or Hotel 3 for vacating. And then straight to park at Terminal 1. That's fine. Let's brief the go-around then, in case we need to do that. So, the go-around is dead straightforward. Straight out, flight level 70, and contact ATC. There isn't any ATC, so we'll just sort ourselves out. Let's have a little look at the fuel if we have to go around. What we've got 3.5 tons on board, so that's probably about an hour. About an hour and 20 minutes endurance with the go around, so we're good. We're fine. Fantastic. Runway 1, we're landing runway 20, just because one, nobody else is runway, and 20 is in use in real life, so that's the reason why.
Thank you.
Aaron, when will I do a long haul? Oh, when my kids have left home. Aaron Flood, good evening, hope you're doing well. Right, let's start getting down then. Flight level 240 as briefed. So, there's that low descent, 240 blue, down we go. The Flying Teenager, great name. I think you skipped the top of the descent. Yeah, we did. Don't worry about it, we'll still get down in time. And Jordan B is back before descent. Excellent. Brian C. Williams, thank you for the follow. Strico 83, good evening. Yeah, so if you missed it, earlier, then yeah, I'm in a celebratory mood tonight as we have surpassed 35,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome, and we did that during this stream as well tonight, guys. So that is all down to you. Thank you so much for that. Rui, wind 3109 knots is runway 2 indicative. Rui, you are right. However, if you check what runway is currently in use at the moment, they're still coming in. They're still coming in on runway 20. So, I'm not going to argue. SMS Dark, thank you so much for your such a kind super chat there, saying this is hitting 35,000 subscribers. Congratulations, SMX. Thank you, and I know that's also your first super chat and support there using super chats for the channel. So thank you so much again, SMS. We really do appreciate that. Ola J, thank you as well for the Prime sub over on Twitch. I appreciate that as well. Iris, which scenery are we using? I actually can't remember who made this scenery for Lisbon, but it's gorgeous. It's highly detailed. One of my favourite sceneries in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right, so as we approach Troya, we will make a call on Unicom so everyone knows that we're not doing the normal approach. We're going to do what ATC would do if they were online, which would be, instead of doing this, they just vector us out and round. Lisbon traffic Alpine 6740 overhead Troya at the start of the Troya 5 Bravo arrival. We're going to be doing a non-standard arrival and flying north now to make left base traffic runway 20 into Lisbon. So, as I say that, let's do it. Mad Cat, thank you so much for your support and welcome to the Captain's Club, Mad Cat. Really do appreciate your support there. Make sure if you're on Discord you get yourself into our members lounge as well. Right, as we're going to vector ourselves, what we need to do is, of course, we need to tidy up our flight plan. So, let's sort that out. Extend that runway centre line. And that's it. Job done. Bacchius 173. Wow, that is incredible support. Bacchius, thank you so much. Super chatting there, £20. Says, mate, grab yourself a bottle of your choice. Well done and good on you. Bacchius, I can get more than one bottle for that. Thank you so much. That is very, very generous of you, Bacchius. And of course, a long-time supporter of the channel as well. Great to have you on board tonight and speak to you again. It's amazing support. Thank you so much. Just want to check, what did we pop in with that upcat radial? 025? No, that's not right. Should be. Oh no, it is 025. No, that is right. Just must be my eyes. Right, cancel that. Right, 4,000 feet as well, so let's just use the fixes page to help us with that. That's interesting. Why can't I get to my fixes page? That's weird. It's very weird. Right, let's get down. Let's wind the speed up. Okay, I've just heard someone that's going to be doing a setup for runway 02, which again, the wind's favouring runway 02 at the moment, but it's not what's currently in use in real life, and usually if you're on VATSIM, the idea is to try and mimic that. Speed out to start, and let's continue that descent all the way down. And 70 blue. David Armitage, thank you so much for your $2.99 super chat. Thank you for your support, David. I really do appreciate that.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your drink.
Thrust idle open descent. Only Jay, you did your first VATSIM flight the other day. It was nerve-wracking. Hey, the first one always is. To be fair, the second, third, fourth and fifth is usually nerve-wracking as well, but you do get used to it. Right, airport is over there. Right, 4,000 feet there works for us. Little, thank you for the follow.
Lisbon traffic, Ryanair 436, on the right hand downwind following the shore side, Bravo to ILS 0. Fully inbound traffic center 405, and you'll report the first and final. Lisbon traffic.
And Lisbon traffic, Alpine 6740, currently 30 miles to the east, extended downwind for approach left base, runway 20. Still a slight hint of the sunset there on the horizon as well. That'll disappear as we get down. Right, best start concentrating.
Airport row 1922, landing up on 820 via Unicorn Fine, speeding to takeoff from 820.
Yak Sounds is 2,800 feet, normal sinkage during descent. Yeah, that's tame, to be honest. You know, you can get down 5,000 feet per minute without causing too much upset. 6,000 feet per minute, passengers are going to start to notice it, but it's not, you know, a really, really bad sort of rate of descent. So no, we're fine. To be fair, I could probably wind the speed up a bit more just to get us down a bit quicker. And then what we're going to do is set 4,000. Set local pressure 1013. Quick PA so everyone knows what we're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll have noticed we've started our descent into Lisbon. We should be arriving in about 15 or 20 minutes time. If you can now return to your seats, the toilets will be going out of order. I'll be popping the seatbelt sign on in just a moment and follow the instructions from our cabin crew as they begin preparing the cabin for landing. Thank you. On the jet, yeah, using .com,
Lisbon traffic
.com and .com too.
Definitely
works.
0 miles north of the airfield, inbound cut for the ILS 20.
That's good. Most people using 20. That works.
4 traffic, protocol 1 and 32, and after departure on Lisbon.
Roger.
2000.
Okay, let's make our left turn. Seatbelt signs on. This is where the performance is really going to be tested as we come into Lisbon. It's a photogenic area, photogrammetry area, and we've got VATSIM traffic as well. So let's see if the performance holds up. Ms. Livers, good evening to you as well. Glad you find the videos useful. Thank you for being here on the live stream as well. Appreciate that. Right, let's start winding that speed back down then. Coming up on 10,000 feet, so landing system on, and we'll activate the approach phase as well, so that's done. That's not Lisbon Airport, don't get confused with that one. Lisbon Airport is over there. I have no idea which airport this is, I've never landed there. Right, speed brakes. Alright, let's start slowing down, manage the speed. And we'll start configuring. If we are a bit higher, then it's going to be fine. We'll get flaps 2 out. Remember what I said, the wind is slightly behind us, so we need to mitigate that. I think we've got an aircraft coming almost directly towards us. And he's closer to the ILS inset than we are, so what we're going to do is we'll get him behind him. Look, if we just turn right.
Lisbon traffic, Shamrock 4, Romeo Lima on stand 126, pushback and startup. Lisbon traffic, Osprey 495, WSILS 2011 miles.
So
Lisbon traffic, Ryanair 43 Alpha Mike, right hand base for the ILS 20, the report will full established. Lisbon traffic.
And Lisbon traffic, Alpine 6740 is vectoring for the approach to slot in behind the Ryanair Alpine 6740. Giving way to a Ryanair. You have to give way to those less fortunate than yourself. Okay, lights on. Now this is only a an ILS approach according to the chart, no ILS DME on there. Well, there should be. No, it is an ILS DME approach, we're just too far out to pick it up. Right, so the Ryanair should be... there he is, look. That's fine. So, let's slot in behind him then. Ms. Lewis, any other aircraft I'm looking forward to with Microsoft Flight Simulator? The A330, definitely. Jack Stanners, Phoenix would be perfect if they could simulate the sound of the landing lights drag. It'd also be really great if it gave you that extra sort of 100 feet per minute. They're little speed brakes, these things. Although, of course, they are changing the way the aircraft are now, aren't they? So the landing lights are no longer They're no longer things that stick out. They're
Lisbon
built in.
4 mile final for 20 landing.
I think that's the aircraft that's just departed. Right, let's slow down our rate of descent because we're well below profile, so that's fine. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest down, and window blinds open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any
So India Lima Bravo is identified.
things that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
Alkali slope, lock blue, Catherine Jewel, autopilot 1 and 2. Chris Hogg, good evening, sir. Hope you're doing well. Ace, good evening, Ace. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. The new Lisbon expansion makes the Heathrow one look very straightforward. Right, if we are just a little bit too far out to pick this ILS up, let's start to bring ourselves round. There we go, airport's in sight.
Listen, 43 after my only a stop to do that, right?
23 miles out. Yeah, so we're just greened out at the minute. We don't need to have flaps 1 just yet. We're far too far out for that. Just look at that wind as well. That's blowing from the left at the minute, so expect that to swing around behind us. Here comes that localizer look.
Lisbon traffic was 495 vacated runway 20.
Lisbon traffic Alpine 6740 is now establishing runway 20 at 21 miles. British Liberty does sometimes fly the longer routes like 4+ hours, occasionally when time permits. Something unpredictable are the call-outs for how many feet pre-programmed by airline specs or compilers changing.
Now inbound Rinor for ILS 20. This is traffic currently we are 41 miles out.
What the hell's this guy doing? God, I love VATSIM without ATC. In answer to your question, no, pilots cannot change them. Lisbon traffic Alpine 6740 is established runway 20 at 60-mile final. You can also see an aircraft on base just about to cut in front. Lock start. Flaps 1, speed checked. Flaps 1.
Lisbon traffic, Easy383 is the guilty party there. My apologies. My fault for leaving the cockpit for more than 5 minutes and just leaving it run by itself. We're going to turn around, do left base turn, and then re-establish runway 20.
Did you just say you were fellow Easyjet as well tonight? How dare you?
We'll just pretend I'm a Ryanair.
Demoted. Glide slope star. Missed approach altitude 7,000 feet is set. ECAM reminder, side stick. Yeah. Ignore that.
Lisbon traffic, Ryanair 66 on November, taxiing for the point on way 20.
Flaps 2, speed check,
Mike,
flaps 2.
Quebec, uniform, and Tonga.
Right, so at the moment though, I've got the winds showing absolutely not what they were.
Lisbon traffic,
What they were reported.
turning. Guided base for the ILS 20, Lisbon traffic.
Jax, can you intercept the localizer from this distance in real life? Yes, yeah, you can. Localizers usually extend out
Lisbon traffic,
about 25 miles.
Located by Hotel 3.
Irish, if you redeem a beer, do I actually drink one?
For Romeo Lima crossing to Romeo 20 away.
If I did, I'd be drunk at the end of every stream. GD says a real Ryanair pilot would just declare a fuel emergency. Yeah, fruit bat, I'm far calmer than HD. Right, well, you know what? This seems to be behaving beautifully. Cabin crew seats for landing.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your drink.
Doc P, do I use head tracking device? Not when streaming, no, because I'm looking at lots of different streams and information, so it just the screen ends up just doing this. Although, look how smooth that is. It's never this smooth coming into Lisbon in the Phoenix. Absolutely gorgeous. What have
Lisbon
they done?
traffic, Ryanair 43 Alpha Mike, taxiing stand 126, Golf 2 and Alpha 3. Lisbon traffic.
Right, 6 mile final. Gear down. Spoilers. Lights. Manage speed. There you go. There's the tailwind. Speed's checked. Flaps 3. And let's have the landing checklist. So the cabin is secured. Go around altitude 7,000 feet. ECAM memo. Landing no blue. Right. Let's see how she flares, shall we?
Lisbon traffic, Airline 500 Lima, 20 miles out.
That's the wind I was expecting. So that's 1,000 feet. Wind, tailwind, and from the right. Yep. So with that tailwind, what we expect is to flare a little earlier than normal. Let's see how she handles. Autopilot off, I'm in control. That wind's coming even further around from the right now and getting a little bit stronger. So we need some left rudder as we touch down, or just before we touch down. Little right aileron to balance that out. This is smooth, guys. This is really smooth. I hope it's coming across in the stream.
100 above.
This is the smoothest flight I've ever had into Lisbon on the Phoenix. It's just
Minimum.
awesome. Continue. 3 reds.
Flight slow.
Lisbon traffic, Easy383 is currently 7 mile final, runway 20.
20. Retard.
We are in 1.7 miles turning final, KLM 500 Lima.
Oh, you beauty.
Inbound upcat.
Spoilers, first green. Decel. Reverses off. Manual brakes.
Lisbon traffic runway 66 on November, crossing runway 20.
Shamrock 4 Romeo Lima on the holding point Sierra 4 runway 20.
Lisbon traffic KLM 59 Lima is on final ILS 20. 10 miles out.
That's Hotel 3, that's what we wanted.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform.
Lisbon traffic, runway 20 vacated.
We ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched on.
Easy 383, what are you going to do?
Devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be
That was lovely.
Traffic Easy 383 is continuing for runway 20.
belongings with you. Check in
Okay, KLM 59 Lima going route.
and in the overhead lockers. Do take care of opening the lockers in case anything falls
That
out.
really was lovely.
Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated
Runway 66 on November, runway 20 is located.
crew. It has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest news,
I will have a look at the replay of that as well in a moment.
Facebook page, Twitter, or Easyjet app.
Will not bother with JSX. I don't know if JSX works now. Yeah, it works now. It's purely that Morocco scenery. Doesn't like it. So, just straight onto any stand we like, so we can check out the replay. 141 looks good. Not entirely unrealistic either.
Shamrock 4 Romeo Lima lining up and waiting runway 20.
Sims Guy Simulations, thank you for being here, mate. See you on the next one. Yeah, we're going to check out the replay because I bet the replay's smooth as well. Okay, I need to come off VATSIM though.
Lisbon traffic KLM 59 Lima, climbing runway heading flight level 7.
If you have flown with us on VATSIM, thank you so much for keeping us company on there. We're just going to have to disconnect from there. We're now going to shut down self-loading cargo as well because the passengers don't like it when I do a replay. So let me just get rid of that. That's done. All right, so let's check out the replay, see what it looked like, shall we? So we just stop that recording. Let's have a look. Well, welcome to Lisbon. It was great to see the winds doing what were forecast, so that was neat. If you are on your way out, guys, before and not sticking around for the replay, please do consider hitting that like button. It's been a great stream tonight. The Fenix version 2 with this update, I don't know what they've done, but wow. It's certainly been good for me. It looks so good. And I was expecting, because we had traffic in Lisbon and it's a photogrammetry area, as you can see down below, I thought that this is where, you know, some sort of issues would come. Not issues, but, you know, you'd notice a bit of lag compared to what we were used to. But it didn't happen. And it's awesome. Deal, we got the sucky approach. Well, granted, the other approach does look neater. Coming in over the bridge. And the terrain beneath us looks awesome. But, do you know what? I don't care. With the Fenix flying like it did, it was awesome. It wasn't a bad landing either. Only Jay, how do I get the replays? So I use a freeware program called SkyDolly. It's brilliant. And the latest versions actually record all the various flaps, slats, all that kind of stuff. David, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, that looked nice. Quick view from the other side. Let's go for an engine view, shall we? Even at night time, this simulator looks stunning. And because we had the crosswind as well, once again I am going to show this off just because Fenix have made this work so well. You can now do the proper crosswind landings and use that rudder. So look, as we come in, look, we're nowhere near at the right angle, crabbing away. There you go. That's a decent view. And now we can just kick that left rudder in as we're about to touch down. There. And the wings don't roll, neither side drops. You've got full control over the ailerons to hold that. Brilliant. Tio, never seen a crosswind in Lisbon? Well, if you went there tonight, my friend, you would do. Wind's blowing from the west tonight. To be fair, I don't think I've ever seen a crosswind in Lisbon, but tonight is the night. Yeah, so that's it. There we go. But really enjoyed that. But what's bowled me over with this is the FPS that I'm now getting stutter-free arrival into Lisbon, and just beautiful all the way through. Right, guys, time for me to exit. But thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope you guys who have got the Fenix update are seeing the same sort of performance gains that I am. And of course, thank you to all of you for helping us pass tonight live on stream 35,000 subscribers, which is just truly incredible. Thank you so much, everybody. Our next live stream, of course, will be announced in due course on Discord. A massive thanks to those of you who have donated and gifted channel memberships. You are all absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for your support, incredibly generous. And as always, to our Easyjet Invalid channel members who are continuously supporting the channel and forming a major part of this fantastic community that has just surpassed another amazing milestone this evening. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to leave you with this final replay coming into Lisbon as I bid you all good night, and once again say thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.